Hi Cancer, this is a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, and I'm going to be looking at healing, so what Cancer needs to heal this month, and kind of there's a message from Spirit as well, and then also what changes do you need to make for happiness this month. Okay, so I've already pulled the cards just to save some time, so I'll get started. So the first card is, what part of my soul needs healing right now? And it is the Page of Ariel. So this is, it can mean a young person in your life who is going off to university, and obviously that kind of, you know, is starting a new journey. So obviously that can be a time of kind of trepidation for them, and as a kind of a mother as well, you kind of worry about them. But it can also mean that you're going to be, the way to heal your soul this month is if you're offered an opportunity to do some more learning. Now that can come in many different forms. That could come in training through work, through formal education, learning a new skill, learning a new hobby, learning a new way of exercise, learning a new way to relax, learning anything. I mean, learning is just massive, isn't it? It encompasses everything. So it's an opportunity, and it's about scholarships, education, but it's pursuing something, and it's telling you it's time to get to work and to get learning. I think this card came out for Taurus as well in one of the positions. Yes, it's all about learning. So this is what your soul is kind of wanting at the minute, to learn something new. And like I say, it can be anything, can't it? And I think with it being spring, well, it's officially spring at the end of the month, isn't it? And it's kind of the start of the astrological new year. It kind of gives us a bit of momentum to get learning and to get studying and learn, you know, kind of, it's a fresh start anyway, isn't it? So that is what, I don't know if that does resonate with you, but yeah, it's all about scholarships, learning, because you can see she's in a library and she's got all these books around her as well. So yeah, it's all about learning and moving forward. And then how can you heal your soul? Now I don't know if Cancer, if you're, I mean, it's a difficult time anyway for everybody, and in England we are slowly going to be coming out of the lockdown. Well, not until April, but we know we've got news that we are progressing and moving forward. But obviously at the minute we are still in a lockdown, so depending on where you are, I don't know what the situation's like in your country. But this card, the Nine of Michael, which is similar to the Nine of Swords, I believe. So it's all about worry. Now in this picture you've got a man, he's a young man, he's sat on his bed and he can't sleep because he's focusing on all of his worries. And this card is telling you to release that worry, because if it's keeping you up at night, and if it's disrupting your sleep, and if it's kind of taking over your life and taking over things, it's just telling you to release any feelings of regret, release any feelings of guilt and worry, and just pass it on to your angels or to your guides, because it's not accomplishing anything. You're not getting anywhere. You're kind of frozen, and the thoughts are going round and round in your head, but it's not actually doing you any good, because it takes the same amount of energy to worry as it does to think positive about things. So it's just kind of basically telling you to focus, kind of focus your thoughts on what your desired outcome is, because energy is very potent. You know, if we, and I'd say this really easily, but I've been stuck in this situation myself. If we think, I've been in this situation, staying up thinking about things, and so it doesn't always come into fruition that way. But if we are kind of stuck worrying about what the outcome is or what we think is going to happen, it just it takes you away from being in the situation now. It takes you away from the present. And if you you know, if you're worrying about things, then that's all energy that you give into that. Then if you think about positive, or if you say to myself, I am looked after, I am abundant, I am safe. I am safe is a really good one, depending on what you're worrying about. I am loved. It just kind of brings you away from that negative feeling, because if you're thinking, whatever you're projecting out there is energy, so it's creating like a negative situation around you. I'm not, obviously this is just a very general synopsis, but that is how energy kind of works. It attaches itself to things, so it attaches itself to the negative, but it also attaches itself to the positive as well. So this card is kind of asking you to kind of switch your thoughts and focus on the outcome. So in your situation, if whatever your situation is, focus on what you desire, what you would like to happen. It can take a hell of a lot of work to train your brain to do that, but try not to focus on what could be, what could happen. So for example, let me think of a situation. So say you want to you're in business and you want to get more customers or more income or more contracts. Rather than thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get any more contracts, I'm not going to get any more contracts, try projecting to the outcome. I want 5 contracts this month. I want 5 contracts, and kind of focus your mind on what you want to happen, and bring that kind of energy into your situation. Or if you've got to do, I suppose this could come in with this, couldn't it? If it is to do with work, we've got the training to help you. But yeah, the main thing is try and focus your mind away from what you think could happen, because it's telling you that it's not necessary. All of this worry is just not necessary, and it's just keeping you up at night, and it's just not helping you at all. Try to think of another scenario you could have. Say you're worried about a relationship, you're worried about what's going to happen in your relationship. Is your relationship going to end? Rather think about what it is that you desire from that relationship, rather what it is that you want, rather than kind of worrying about what could happen. So yeah, they are the kind of it's very bizarre is energy and how it works and how we can attach things to it. But yeah, because this is you're kind of punishing yourself at the minute. It might, by worrying about things and thinking that what you've lost, and regret and guilt. And yes, you may not have done things perfectly. You may be kind of focusing on the past and what happened, but all you can think, you can't change what happened in the past, just like you can't predict necessarily what's going to happen in the future. So you just need to release. So that's the main message with this card, is release those feelings. Like I said, or speak to, if someone that you can speak to, because you may find that you're not having very restful dreams and under a lot of stress. So just try and release it. You could also literally say the words, I release negativity from the past, I release my attachment to the past. Something as simple as that. Okay, now when you do this, when you can release the stress and the guilt and the regret about what's happened previously or what's been going on, then it's what's gonna happen, what will come from this healing this month, what will come from you being able to release this feeling. Well, we have the Queen of Ariel, and this is someone who she's very practical, she's very grounded, she's a real nurturer. She likes abundance, she likes to look after people, she likes nice food, she likes the nice things. But this in particular for this card is talking about nurturing yourself. So learn, take the attention away from what you cannot change or what has happened previously, and learn to nurture yourself and nurture those that you love. Now, Cancers love to nurture. I think they are naturally a nurturing sign. So kind of tap into that nurturing side of yourself, nurture yourself, make things look beautiful, buy some flowers, get some, if there's a woman in your life who is an earth sign, can you talk to that person and get some kind of practical advice? So it's kind of asking you to get, because the Michael cards are the swords, so kind of get out of the head and get into kind of grounding yourself. If you can go outside in nature, just kind of bring yourself back in and look after yourself like you would your child. You'd nurture them and you'd hug them, and you'd kind of really fuss around them. Well, do that for yourself and also for those around you as well, because that will kind of bring you back to yourself. Now, obviously, if this is a man watching this, it still applies. You can still nurture yourself and look after yourself and love yourself and, nurture the people around you. But yeah, just kind of bring it back and look after you. Oh, and then we've got a message from Spirit. Now we've got the Chariot. This has come out quite a few times actually, and this is all about success and career advancement and determination and self-control. But it's telling you that you can achieve, you can balance, you can have lots of different things going on, and if things will move forward really quickly. But don't worry about if you're able to balance things, because the Chariot's telling you that you can, because it takes a lot of determination and a lot of self-control to be able to, well, I imagine, I've never been in a Chariot, but you imagine it would take a lot of self-control to be able to successfully control these two horses who may be wanting to go in different directions. But this is telling you that you are able to do that. You are able to control the situation. You're able to balance the situation. You're able to move forward in the direction you want to do. But just learn to let go of this regret and this sadness and this stress. Okay. Yeah, it's a good card, is the Chariot. It's good for success, it's good for work. But yeah, it's all about just balance, balance and self-control, and realizing that you kind of give yourself, it's like it can be recognition from other people as well, but it's also you kind of, this uncertainty you may be feeling, but realize that you are able to move forward, to have some self-control, and it'll be hard work, and you'll be able to grasp the task at hand. So, and also be proud of what you've accomplished so far, and be calm, which could fall in with this card as well, because earth signs, particularly a Taurus anyway, Taurus and Virgo generally are very calm signs. So learn to, not learn, I don't mean that, so kind of embody that kind of, that feeling, kind of go back to you. That's kind of quite a nice mantra, isn't it? So I will pull one of these cards. The universe has your back. I'm just going to pull this as just an extra message. Okay, Cancer, what message do you need to hear? What message do you need to hear, Cancer? I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So the discomfort sometimes can be kind of, healing yourself through a situation. So I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So that's a really nice card. Yeah. So I hope that was of some comfort for you, Cancer, and I wish you a wonderful March, a wonderful spring, start of the spring, and take care.